I want to check on the biggest topic for my channel, and it's mental health. For me, it's really important I'm going to make this type of videos every now and then because for me, the biggest topic to talk about is mental health. And I know it just passed not long ago, mental health. I didn't talk about it, but you guys know what I think. And I made a video, man, woman, whatever you identify yourself as. I want to check your mental health. I hope you guys are doing fine while watching this video. But mental health is a big topic and has been now for years because when we bring it more to the table, I think it's not a taboo anymore. And I love this um, as a woman in general. And I feel like we should check our mental health. We should any like where are you now in your life? Whatever you're doing, whatever you're successful or not, whatever you think you're not successful, whatever you think you're not doing good or whatever, you should check on your mental health because evolving is important, but we should also pay attention to how we are mentally because sometimes we get caught up in the routine, we get caught up in the work, we get caught up in relationship. We feel drained as fuck, but we don't realize that is draining us mentally. So I want you to just be in tune and not be scared to take a pause and just to check if everything is okay. So everyone has a different pace of life. So either you are going to therapy or either you choose to not go or you talk with someone that you trust. Either you're going through something or you don't going through something and your life is just like serene. We just check on our mental health. And nowadays it's important to have mental health talks. I feel like that topic should be open to anybody. So, what I like to do, of course, is to embrace my feelings. I used to run from my feelings. I used to put them in a box when I was a teenager or when I was a kid. I used to put them in a box and everything that would happen negative, I would just put in a box in my mind. It was just like in my mind, like, but it was here. So I would like wake up in the morning and live this day with these things here. So uh, when I when I hit 18, 19, I realized that was not good for me. And my mental health was just like degrading. It was just bad. Um, I didn't know what mental health was. I was just like, oh, I have anxiety. Oh, I have panic attacks. Oh, I have this, I have that. Oh, depression, what it is. And nobody, never, because I think the generation before us, our parents, grandparents, whatever, they didn't have where to talk about therapy or like to talk about mental health. They didn't have the same impact on mental health as we do. And I think we are lucky that we're trying to erase that taboo. I feel like that's amazing. And that's what I'm trying to do with my channel. So, when you box your emotions and your feelings for so long, it's hard to talk about it. I'm glad that I always spoke to my sister, but there's things that you cannot uh like speak about, sorry. And it's fine. But as we grow older, you kind of like choose. Either you choose to be broken forever and just go with that trauma, or you choose to cut this generation curse, like generation trauma, with yourself. And that's amazing. Either you choose to go to therapy, either you choose to talk with someone, get help, anyone, anything, sorry. You choose to um do it. It's good for your mental health. Talk about someone you trust. Start little by little because I think it's hard. I think to go to someone that you don't know and just speak about your life so openly and so it's a vulnerable moment to go to therapy, but I feel like it's important to check on what's going on in our mind. It's so important to let these thoughts go, because the biggest enemy of our, like, of humanity is the thoughts, negative thoughts. Like sometimes I get numb by my thoughts, and it's so and I think it's so sad. We give so much power to our thoughts, and it's our choice, by the way. I get to choose how to think or what to think, and to give it so much time and energy and everything. It's just like crazy, because our mind is a tool, but like it can be two-sided, like a good side and a bad side. So we should use it very efficiently. But yeah, going back to whether you choose to talk about it or just work on yourself. I want that thing to not have so much power over me, something that happened like, I don't know, years ago, and it still affects me to this day. It's crazy. I know it's crazy, but it's our life. And when that thing happened to us, we didn't necessarily go and talk about it. That's why it became a trauma. That's why it became something that now is something that we it's like a baggage. So I choose that thing to not be as important to in my life. And as a future, I choose to not be miserable. I don't want to be trapped into those feelings anymore. I personally woke up one day and I was like, I'm tired of to feel that this way. And I always wrote it in my notebook. I was like, Mal, you either choose to embrace and to feel pain, and you felt pain for so many years, right? We feel pain when something bad happens to us. That pain should be blocked in our past. We shouldn't bring that pain in today. It took me, of course, some time to realize that I don't want to bring those feelings anymore in the future. I want to change my situation. I want to change my thoughts, because so many things triggered me. And I feel like everyone who had trauma can understand me, how much it affects you on a daily basis, how much that feeling of pain change in thoughts, and these thoughts can literally change how you feel during the day. I think that's sometimes it disable you, like a like a like you're like you feel like disabled, and it's crazy. I feel like that's so sad, but at the same time, you either choose to stay sad, or you either choose to take that trauma and change it into something not positive, of course, but in the past. You forgive someone that didn't ask you sorry, and that's the most hard thing to do. That's the hardest thing to do. To forgive someone that didn't ask you sorry, that's a lot of work. That's the biggest work. And I talked about it, and I'm always going to talk about it, but like forgiving someone that it's still maybe in your life, that didn't even realize that they hurt you, that's a big one. But remember, you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your future. You're doing it to change your present and to change how you react to things, because when we have trauma, and I can speak for myself, you have a lot of anger inside of yourself, and you can literally react to a little thing in a unproportional way. You're like, I'm reacting this way, why? It's because of reaction to what we bring with ourselves. So I think it's a big decision. That's trauma, whatever. Everything that you're passing right now, take your time to feel. Take your time to embrace your feelings. Do not throw them away. If you're depressed, if you are going through a heartbreak, cry. I don't know, do whatever you want. Feel sad. Feel free to take your time. Sleep. Do something that makes you I was thinking, stay at home if you don't feel like going out. But at the end, do not waste time on like staying in the same circle. Okay? Even if you're broken, you're not gonna be broken forever. You choose to heal yourself, to heal those wounds that nobody's gonna heal. You're gonna think, oh, I'm gonna find. No, heal by yourself. It's the most beautiful thing. Heal for yourself, heal for your future, heal for your future partner, for the people around you that you love, for the people, for your work, for the way that you react to things. Okay? It's not, I literally heard a quote that stuck with me. It's like, it's not what happens to us, it's the way we react. And if we react every time with rage, that's what trigger us. Of course, we're gonna react with rage when something trigger us, but we can change the way that we react. That's for sure. Let me get back to to my main topic is like, check on your mental health. Please check on your mental health. Take time to go slow. Don't rush your feelings. Do not put them aside and like, oh, I'm gonna deal with that. No, deal with them the first thing. Do not waste your time doing other things and you're not good inside of you. Don't be broken. You choose to be broken on your life. We don't choose where we come from, but we choose what we are right now and what we're gonna be in the future. So choose wisely. Check on your mental health, check on the people around you, check on your loved ones, because there's a lot of people who are battling in silence. And don't be scared to face your fears. Don't be scared to face your mental health. Don't be scared to deal with your emotions. As a man, if you have, and I'm talking about it because I think it's still a taboo. I can see the men in my family. It's always a taboo, and I think it's sad, especially if you come from different like areas of the world. It's dealt differently. So just just check on the people you love, check on them, and don't be scared to have these conversations. I feel like as adults we should know how to communicate our feelings, and we shouldn't be scared to say I need help. So I hope, as a woman or as a man, you take time to really take action on yourself. Don't be scared to cry, please. I my my one of my favorite videos, like, men don't cry, and I talked about men mental health. Of course I can never put myself in the perspective because I'm a woman, and as a woman I struggle, but I know men struggle too, because we are all human. But I can never put myself because I'm not in the same position, and they can never put themselves in our position. But we as humans, we are all the same. We have feelings, we have emotions. So I know in that part I can relate, or we can relate. So yeah, take time to really take care of yourself. I'm gonna do this every now and then, because for me I feel like that's really big on me. I'm big on mental health, and we are all dealing with someone. We are all in this together. So yeah, I hope you guys are taking time to heal and just check on yourself, and I hope you guys take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.